Welcome, and if it's your first visit to the Fedrigoni Imaginative Paper Studio, welcome. You know where we are now, and you're always welcome. It's open 9 till 5. We've got samples of everything we produce, so you can come and take them away, and we hope it's a good place to come and specify paper, especially ours. Just listening to Ziggy, actually, I think we do the same thing, really. You know, we try and enhance brands. We do it by producing lovely substrates and papers. Obviously, Skodex and 1stByte do it a different way, but that's why we've got the same target market, really. And over the years, Fedrigoni have done a really good job in creating an image about the paper, so top brands want to use us. In Italy, Prada, all their bags are on Fedrigoni paper. In fact, if you go to the mill on a day when they're making Prada paper, the whole place is blue. And it's the same. Louis Vuitton have used Fedrigoni papers, and they like to use paper they can use right across the world and get the, so they get the consistency. So it's a very similar message. We're trying to work with premium brands in the UK. Bentley use our paper for their books, and Sunseeker use them for their yachts. So it's creating that premium brand as Skodex are trying to do. So just to tell you briefly about Fedrigoni. In digital papers, we think we're the market leaders, particularly in indigo papers. Right from the early days, the mill could see the potential, and when the volumes even were quite small, they invested in producing specific indigo papers, and that's paid off as the market has grown. I think we were of a size. Fedrigoni are quite a big company, 800 million, 400,000 tonnes, but compared to some of the paper businesses that have consolidated, where they're producing millions of tonnes, they're just too big to work on niche markets. So indigo has proved, in the early days, was a very niche market, and today it's not so niche, and I think some of the bigger mills would actually like to be in the position we are. So it's worked well from focusing on speciality papers that have actually grown into worldwide quite a big product for us. I think it's been important for us. We've been an HP media partner. We've worked with them right from the beginning, developing papers that work well on indigo, and we still do. Every paper we produce is approved by them, and we're proud that everything is guaranteed, and working with HP is important to us. In the UK, we also work with the distributor Premier Paper. That's worked extremely well for us. This is a business that needs very quick deliveries, and their distribution service is really important. They will deliver 2 or 3 times a day. Instant print needs instant paper, and that's something that a paper mill can't always do, but a paper distributor can. So hence the partnership with Premier. It's also good to be in a sector that's growing. Print has had its difficult times. Commodity print is particularly difficult. We all know why. Stuff goes to the internet. But the specialist part of the market is still growing, and the indigo market is growing quite quickly. So it's, again, a really good sector to be in. All our indigo papers are treated at the mill. A lot of our competitors can produce an indigo paper, but they have to do something to it after it's been made. They have to take it out of stock, get it treated. Our paper can be used straight off the shelf, if you like, and it also means there's no issues with shelf life. So that helps a lot. And everything is guaranteed and tested by HP. The new swatch will be available. We'll get some out. I know we've got some for you to take away. That's actually in one book. You've got some really good printed examples of what you can do with the indigo papers, and it also gives you the full range of substrates that you can use that are approved for indigo. As Lawrence said, in the early days, it was just about coated or uncoated. Now we have an uncoated range, but it's quite a wide range. We go from, I won't talk you through every grade because we can rather show it to you afterwards, but we have Free Life Cento, which is a recycled paper. They're all available in various weights, cover and text. We have Splendor Gel, which is probably our best known indigo paper, very high white smooth paper that goes from 80 gram to 400 gram. I think very versatile product. Very well known in the paper sector. Arca Print is a fairly new grade. It was a really good grade for us as a litho paper, and we've now developed it so that it is also an indigo paper, and that's growing very quickly. I think a lot of people wanted a really good offset, and it also goes from 80 gram to 400 gram. The range is one of the things I think that helps sell it. We have a lot of special effect papers, Cerio Pearl. I think very early on, I think the mill could see the benefit of having something with a special surface that could be enhanced, and that's really done a good job for us. So serial pearls, pearlized grade, both text and cover weights. We have serial colour. I think in the early days we didn't really produce a colour paper because it really couldn't have much impact, but when HP produced a white ink, I think that's when our colour papers have really taken off. We have to produce a range of colours. As always, black and white are the ones that sell. Particularly black has been very successful since the white ink because of the contrast, but there is now a growing range of coloured papers available that are pre-treated. We even have translucent papers that can be printed. That's quite a challenge to produce a paper that can work that way. We print a white line on it so that the machine recognises it. But again, to be able to use that as an interleave and for special projects is very useful. Coated paper, this is the volume end of the market, and this is where we've led right from the beginning really, with symbol free life, gloss and satin. I think just the coating mix that we use naturally worked very well with the indigo process, and that was a bit of luck we had, and I think it's one of the reasons we moved into producing indigo papers. It just naturally, I think HP were testing papers and said, yours works the best, what do you do? And most of them we don't really know at this stage. But then when they began to understand why it worked well, it helped us produce uncoated papers and a full range of papers. So Symbol Free Life has long been a leader in the indigo market and is still growing very well. Again, a big range I think is important. It goes from 115 to 400 gram, both gloss and satin. Symbol card is a fast-growing paper for us, particularly in the greeting card market. Greeting card markets are really important to us in not only in indigo, but for market. I think 60% of what we produce or sell in the UK ends up as a greeting card. Amazingly, it's a really important market for us. And Symbol card is a digital paper. We've produced a two-side coated grade so people can print on the inside, and we've just won the Moonpig business, which is we've been trying to get that for 5 years. So that's very satisfying. I mean, it's one of those high profile, everyone knows it. It isn't actually that much volume, but it's a nice one to have because people know it so well. We produce a range of textured papers. Constellation is a range of embossed papers that give you a very interesting finish, particularly for cover work. Tintoretto is the same. That actually does very well in the greeting card market because there's a 300 gram board. People want a nice uncoated felt mark paper. And really unique. Every other paper in that sector really has to be treated before it can be used. And we even have self-adhesive papers. Part of the Fedrigoni group is self-adhesive producer, both reels and sheets for labels. And of course, because we have that know-how about indigo, we now produce indigo self-adhesive papers. So just to sum up, we believe we are the market leaders in indigo papers. Working with HP is really important to us. We have a great relationship, developed that. Premier paper mean that we can get the paper instantly to the market, and we're pleased that we're in this fast-growing sector, and delighted to work with 1stByte, who are just up the road. So I hope you can stick around. There will be a bit of lunch. There's lots of products there that you can have a look at our products, lots of samples, swatches to take away. We will make sure we've got some of our new indigo books for you to take away as well. So thanks again.